Well, it's been another busy month here at the Trust where we've been lucky to hear the stories of both our people and patients alike. We kicked off November by meeting Kismat Ara, a paediatric nurse and Rohingya refugee who came to Bradford with her family in 2009. Kismat told us about her involvement with a Great British Welcome, the UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency's project, documenting the stories of refugees across the UK and those who are supporting them.
Being part of the UNHCR project, it made me feel like I was a voice for my people back home. I was born and raised in Bangladesh, in Nayapara camp, but my parents are from Burma, where all the genocide and everything was happening. In 2009, we moved here. My life's just changed ever since. I would have never imagined a life like this.
I wasn't aware of Kismat's family background, and I think we should be really proud of her that she's part of this UN project. She's going to progress in her career quite quickly, I can see, definitely.
Thank you, Kismat, for sharing your story. We also heard this month about the Trust's commitment to using digital technology to improve the experiences of both patients and clinicians. Dr. Christopher Bull, pain management consultant, shared how the Trust is moving away from traditional paper-based consent for patients coming into our hospitals to a new digital process. We also heard from patient Stuart Ross, who worked with the Trust to ensure that the process was accessible to visually impaired patients.
With the new digital consent, the consent is sent to the patient's email address and also phone, and they can sign this remotely and access leaflets and information as required. With the old traditional paper-based process, we would sign a consent form with the patient and then the patient would go home with that. Often when they would come back for the day of surgery, they would forget the consent form. The patient benefits include the fact that they can have remote access to the consent form. And once they sign it, it is securely uploaded to their electronic patient record.
I am a member of Bradford Association of Visually Impaired and a volunteer campaign coordinator for the RNIB. We wanted to make sure that this new process was accessible to those with a visual impairment. In the past, when I had procedures done, the paper form was explained to me and then I was asked to sign it. The advantage of the new digital system is that the tablet will read the entire form to me, and so I got a fuller understanding of what's going on.
Thank you, Christopher and Stuart. Finally, on our podcast this month, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Nurse Bank team leader Erica Jackson to hear all about Dear Erica, the initiative she founded to engage our team of invaluable bank staff and agency staff. Erica told me how, whilst the group started as a way of gathering opinions and comments from bank and agency staff, it's evolved into an online community also used by ward matrons and sisters.
When it was card index days, it was telephone calls. Hi, how are you? You don't sound right great today. What's the matter? Are you okay? We lost quite a lot of that when it went digital and all online bookings, because you lost that personal touch a little bit. And our healthcare used to ring up on a weekly basis for the shifts the week after. So they would ring you every Wednesday. But if you'd spoken to them the week before and they might have been a little bit unwell, how are you feeling? Do you feel any better? And you had that friendship with your staff that we kind of lost a little bit when we went online because we didn't speak to them as much. And that is where Dear Erica was born.
Thank you, Erica, and to all of our bank and agency colleagues. Well, that's it for this month's update. I look forward to sharing more stories from the Trust with you next month. Don't forget all our latest news and updates can be found on our social media channels, X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook.